Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to Top Tier Talk. Now, today we'll be doing something a little bit different from normal. Today we'll be covering what we think will be our top four, bottom three who will be relegated, our top scorer of the Premier League, top assist, the PFA young player and normal player of the season, and player to watch for all of our opinions. So I'll start with my top four. Now, I might get a little bit of hate for this, and I know Nick will probably go, "Oh, loaded," but I'm still going to say it anyway.
I know it already.
No, let me say my piece. Let me say my piece.
I know it already.
Top four. Now, first, who I think will be champions? Man City.
Yeah,
you know,
agree.
I think that'll be a stomper. I think they're coming back into form, so I reckon they'll be champions. Second, Liverpool. I think they'll be doing a little bit behind City as well, but I still think they'll be up there. Third, and Shavez will give me a big fat smile, Man United. I think United will come third. And fourth, Arsenal.
Don't do it.
Arsenal.
Don't do it. Oh,
He sold his soul though.
no, get out.
No,
End
right.
the video
No.
now.
Shh. Let me say it. Let me say why. Let me say why.
Hear the talking out.
Let me say why. So basically, what I can tell. No, I'm joking. So what I can see from the Premier League at the moment, there's the 10-point difference between first and 10th. All right. Now, I'm saying if all of a sudden the fixtures went our way and Chelsea started losing, Spurs started losing, City and Liverpool started drawing, blah, 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 and we started getting back on our form. Marlon, be quiet for a minute, you gimp. Let me explain why. I think
fucking kid. That ain't gonna happen.
We're 6 points off. Look, relax. We could do it. Who knows? That's at the end of the day. It's my. I reckon it could happen.
I fucking know. And so did everyone else in the call.
Right,
they all know.
I generally think. Look, at the end of the day, look, Man City first, Liverpool second, United third, and Arsenal fourth. I think Chelsea are plummeting because of Frank Lampard. They are dog shit.
What dog shit?
I think Spurs will become sick. I think something will happen to Son. He can't keep going this well. I pray something happens to. I know he's such a good player, but he's just such a little. He's so good that he just carries that Tottenham team. That if he gets injured or if something happens to him, or if he has to get recalled back to South Korea or some stuff like that, I don't know. That's talking about the league. Do you know what I mean? They're relying too much on one player, but yeah, that's for me. Top four.
How are they relying on one player though? Kane does it as well.
Kane is just off. He just starts bumming every player and tries to get a foul out of them.
No, like
on my back. I'm going to go into players. He's a gimp.
From an outside fan, I think that's a bit thing because I'm just saying, from an outside fan, Son ain't carrying that team. Son and Kane do it the most, don't they? If them two ain't together, then Spurs don't get the results. So if there's one of them, they won't do as better as when they're together, I think.
Okay.
So I think that one, you got it wrong.
All right, Nick, well, do you want to reintroduce yourself as a fucking Tottenham fan, you gimp?
Huh? Tottenham fan. You're more of a Tottenham fan than me.
You have a Tottenham shirt.
Nick,
let's go to Nick's shirt.
Here, Nick. Come on, Nick. What's your top?
All right, Nick, what's your top four then, buddy?
All right,
let me hear this delusion. Here we go. Chelsea first or some stuff like that.
I don't want to get into delusion, first of all, being with your prediction just then with Arsenal being...
No. Each their own. Relax, do your top four.
For the past, however many seasons now, you finished outside the top four.
He's still waffling on. I literally asked you to do your top four.
Yeah, I'm just saying about it.
Staying it, yeah. Well, if I whip out my list, I'm going to say why I don't feel Arsenal should be in the top four.
You're really consistently. You're not up there. So I think first now, I agree with City because they've hit a run of form now. I think that obviously they started off a bit iffy, didn't they? But now Pep's got them playing again. Foden's on form. De Bruyne, Ferran Torres, Sterling's doing his bit here and there. Gundogan. So I think that as a team, when they hit their run of form, it doesn't matter who's in front of them. Other people will fuck up and they'll always get the consistent results. I think there's no looking back now. I think they'll win the final against Tottenham, and I think they'll win the league as well now. I think second,
tough one.
You got to go with Liverpool.
Yeah.
Well, you got to go with Liverpool because I think, as I was saying earlier, that no matter who Liverpool play and who they got out. They can play the youngsters, and with Klopp's football, they always seem to scrape the results. So, I think that they'll always be up there, regardless of Van Dijk being out as well. Third, I think.
Go on. Say it. I know you want to say it.
Just say it.
No, I think Tottenham or Chelsea. Tottenham or Chelsea third.
You have to pick one.
And then I'd say Chelsea third, Tottenham fourth. And then I think
I'm a Tottenham fan.
The United fan, just like face palms.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Shavez, I completely agree with you. That's a face palm. Even I got a hat on. That is poor.
Right.
Yeah, but go on. Explain why.
Let him explain.
Chelsea third, Tottenham fourth, because I think United will be up there, but they just got to keep that consistency going. Yeah, I mean, even though you asked me to predict, it's hard because, as I said, as you've all said, it's a bogey season and it's just weird. So you can't really predict and guarantee it now. But just teams that are going to be up there, I know definitely Chelsea, Tottenham, United, who are like battling it out. I mean, I wouldn't rule out even teams like Southampton and even though it sounds a bit thing towards the end of the season, but they're not doing too bad, are they? Just beat Liverpool, Ings on form and stuff. So
Yeah,
I think we'll just see.
Fair enough. Chelsea. So what are you going with? Chelsea third, Tottenham fourth. Is that right?
Yeah, I was saying Chelsea third, Tottenham fourth.
Chelsea
I mean,
third.
one of the two, but it'll be up there.
Okay, yeah, well, fair enough. Shavez, what would be your top four?
All right. My predictions are the same as what they were at the start of the season. I have no way of proving that, but this is what I thought would happen. So I said Man City would win the league by like a margin because of their squad. We're in a pandemic era and they have the best squad.
Mm-hmm.
So I reckon, yeah. And then second and third was a toss-up, but I'll say Man United. I'll go with my heart. And then I'll put Liverpool third. I still think their squad's too depleted. I know, Nick, you say they all have their players that follow a system. It's their defence. I don't know. Without Van Dijk, I still think that's such a big hit that they'll go third.
Yeah. It is, of course. But
fourth is so hard. I went Chelsea at the start of the year, and I want to go Chelsea again just because I think Lampard will come out he'll come out on top from his haters and everyone around him. If you trust in him, if you sack him, then no. But yeah, I think Chelsea. Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's decent top four, I guess. Amir?
Similar to the boys, but it's definitely different. I put City first, I think.
Yeah, I think all of us are pretty set on City winning the league.
The defence is unbelievable. Get Aguero back, Jesus.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna. Liverpool second, I think.
Yeah.
Jota will come back. I think. I don't know how long Van Dijk will be out for, but I think their squad's still good. If Fabinho at centre back does the job, I think they've got a couple other youngsters: Joe Gomez, John Matip. I think they'll do second. I think United third. I think they'll bottle it.
Yeah.
That would still be good, but. Yeah.
And I think Chelsea four. I hope Lampard does pull this out, and if he doesn't, hopefully another manager can, because our squad's too good to be outside the top four. I think the only reason I didn't put Spurs in there is I think Harry Kane also might get injured. Happens every season.
Exactly. Yeah, one of their star players something happen to him, and then that's it. That's the season ruined. Dan, top four. I know you're part of the Championship, but different leagues. Top four.
So I've got doing Premier League. Okay. No, I've gone for City first. Same as everyone.
Yeah, it's pretty granted.
As Shavez said, their squad. Everyone else is depleted. Obviously, too many games. City have got the squad depth to really push on the league. Liverpool second. Again, depleted, but they've still got the actual squad, the first team to win games. Gone for United in third. I think they.
Okay.
I don't think the correct word is bottle it, because there's nothing to bottle as such. I don't think they're going to win the league or close to winning the league over the length of the season. And then I've gone for Leicester in fourth. They're consistent enough. I haven't put sort of Chelsea or whoever they're the other teams. I don't think they've got the squad depth, whereas Leicester always seem to be there or thereabouts over the last 3 or 4 years. And they seem to avoid injuries, which is quite weird. I'll put Leicester in fourth.
Wait, sorry, who did you say hasn't got the squad depth?
In regards of like Chelsea, Arsenal, and Spurs.
What? We've got better squad depth for Leicester. I think we've got better squad depth.
Yeah, but it's about.
What are you talking about?
He's made the point. Leicester's players don't get injured, from what it looks like.
Yeah, you haven't got the squad depth if you get massive injuries, but Leicester.
Indeed, he's been injured for half the.
Well, they don't get injured enough to stop them from playing well.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
It's not that them players. It's not that them teams haven't got the depth. I'd say you look at Chelsea and Arsenal, and who else you say Tottenham. If well, I suppose Son and Kane being out's a massive hit for Tottenham, but with us, I'd say like Ziyech is out, Hudson-Odoi replaces him, Werner's out. You know, I suppose we've got players like Giroud who score game in, game out, but I think we got quite a lot of depth. Arsenal as well. But I think that I know what you're saying about Leicester, and they're consistent, but I think that all four of them teams, they got depth in different sort of positions, so it all depends on their fixtures. You know, after that.
I mean, you look at Arsenal's depth. If, for example, Smith Rowe or Saka or whoever else you want to say gets injured, their replacements like Willian, like Pepe are performing, so they might have a position depth.
It's just about depth. You can have depth, but your depth can be shit, like Arsenal is.
I agree with that. Yeah, ours is very bad. I really
still
hope
don't think Pepe's a bad player. I still think
he's not. No, I didn't ever say he was. I'm just saying
Willian's
bad.
Chelsea's depth.
Of course, Willian came from Chelsea, so he's poor. You know, at the end of the day.
He done us well, actually. He was our best player the past 3 seasons, besides Hazard. But
I only think he was good in 1 season.
I think he was consistent. But Shavez, I think like our depths are both good. If I'm honest, United and Chelsea. I don't know. I don't think how is our depth shit when we made all them signings? I think if anyone's
shit, it was Daniel's claim.
Dan, just apologise.
Dan, what are you cutting for Shavez? Poor Shavez, he's just sitting there.
All right, come on. What's next?
I just.
Okay,
What's next, Elliot?
Fair enough, Nick. No, each to their own. We're going to move on to predicting our bottom 3. Is that right, Nick? All right. Well, okay. I guess so.
I don't know. Cut it out. What was you? Sorry, mate. Edit this up. What was you saying? I didn't get the end bit. My phone cut out.
No, I was just saying we're moving on to the bottom 3.
Oh, I thought you called me deluded.
Well, that as well, but.
Stop waffling. Carry on.
Anyway, bottom 3. I think it's going to end as it is now. Fulham 18th, West Brom 19th, and Sheffield 20th. I think it will stay as the way it is.
I'm just going to quickly go on mine. I said the exact same thing, and I have nothing more to say on them. I don't want to talk about those 3 clubs.
I'm just saying, I've just got one thing to add to Fulham, and I just think Fulham are a little bit of an undercard at the moment. They're really putting in performances, but the teams above them are putting in performances as well. So I think Fulham won't get it, and they'll just about stay 18th. But West Brom and Sheffield, I don't think Sam Allardyce will pull them out of the water there. They're stuck. They are down there. And then Sheffield, 2 points. Nah, they're done. I think they're going down as well. So Chavez, what are you saying? The same? Fulham 18th, West Brom 19th. Yeah. Amir, anything different?
Yeah, I've gone different. I actually have some belief in Big Sam to keep them up, so I did not put them in the bottom 3. I put Sheffield United, Fulham, and I put Newcastle.
So in that order?
Newcastle in Sheffield United 20th, Fulham 19th,
okay.
Newcastle 18th. I think Newcastle look very poor. Just thought they'd be in there.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, you never know. Big Andy Carroll might get a big header in there sometimes, and then you might pull him out of the water. Daniel, what's your Joe Linton?
Funnily enough, you've moved on to me next. I've gone for the same. Sheffield bottom, Fulham and Newcastle. Mainly because I think it's Lascelles and St Maximin. Obviously had COVID. I think they're still out and they're still dealing with the long-term effects of it. St Maximin obviously was, as you mentioned, like Joe Linton scored about 2 goals in like 2 seasons. So he's not. Obviously, St Maximin was one of their main attackers. Even though he wouldn't go into those Premier League teams, I'd say he's one of a bigger threat in the Premier League as a whole. And obviously Lascelles being like their main centre back and probably one of those consistent centre backs in like the other 14 teams as such in the Premier League. And obviously that's going to be a big miss as well. So yeah, I've got Newcastle, Fulham and Sheffield as my bottom 3.
Fair enough. Just a quick question then to Amir and Dan then. If you think Newcastle's going to come 18th, where do you reckon Fulham will come? Just above them or a few places above it?
No.
Fulham or West Brom?
Fulham 19th.
Oh, you put Fulham 19th, sorry, yeah. Oh, West Brom, sorry. Yeah, West Brom, sorry.
Just one place above.
One place above, yeah. What were you then?
Probably.
Just one place above?
Just about, yeah. Big Sam masterclass. I wouldn't say masterclass, more shit show.
Well, get some above, yeah.
Get the job done.
Nicholas, what's your bottom 3, baby? What were you saying?
Definitely Sheffield United bottom because I think that they done really well last season, didn't they? With the way they played, but I think this season they just started slow. It's obviously affected them more. This virus, it's obviously affected their players more in their club and getting the results where they need them. But I think Sheffield United, they're fucked, and they really so. Bottom Sheffield United. Then I'm going to go. I don't know. It's a tough one between Fulham and West Brom for 19th because, as I said, like they're both bogey teams. Like if they can come out and beat United, Arsenal, Chelsea, like Tottenham, any big team.
That's exactly because they didn't. West Brom, wasn't it? They drew to Liverpool 0-0, so they managed to get a sneaky point out of that.
And Fulham as well. Fulham, they drew with Fulham, didn't they? What's it called? Liverpool.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. So I think that things like that might help them just rise above relegation. But I'm going to go with West Brom, I think.
Yep, and 19th for West Brom 19th.
19th. Yep. West Brom 19th.
Fulham 18th.
And then I'm going to go with Newcastle because if
wait.
If
Sorry.
it happens.
Oh, can I just say something? Can I just say something before you go to Newcastle? When you say, for example, at 19th, when you were like tied between either Fulham or West Brom, wouldn't the other one go to 18th?
No. So I'll explain. So I think that if it's tied between who I'd think would get it, one or the other, but if it so happens that, say, Fulham get them a few points that keep them above the drop zone, I think that they won't be the ones that then finish 18th. Okay. It's going to be one or the other that's going to keep out, and then I think Newcastle or a team like that will drop in.
Fair enough.
I just think if they pick up the points where it's needed, then it'll be one or the other kind of thing.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, and now moving on to the top scorer of the Premier League this season. Now, I don't know if any of you will agree with me, but I'm going to go with this anomaly. I don't think you'd say it's an anomaly, but I'm going to go with him anyway. Heung-min Son. Currently, for me, I think he's been quality for Tottenham. And as I said, I think if Spurs lose him, he'll be a big loss for them, because as you said, Nick, I know you think Harry Kane's a real good addition, but as you said, one doesn't go with the other. Tit for tat. Like, if one of them goes, it doesn't not work because then the other one's kind of lost. But but at the moment, I think Son's on top form. So I think if he keeps going and going and going, who knows, he might overtake Salah's current record and become top scorer of this league for me. So yeah, top scorer this season, Heung-min Son. Yeah. Amir, who do you think?
I'm gonna go boring. I'm gonna stick with Mohamed Salah. I think
same trim, is that why?
Yeah, you copied me.
Same background.
No, Nick. I'm from Iran. He's from Egypt.
You get found out.
Globe, mate. Basically, he's been top goal scorer. Been top goal scorer a couple seasons.
Yeah.
Gets the goals. I think it's just going to be. I think it'll be him. Yeah. Not much.
Fair enough. Yeah. Short and sweet. Shavez, who do you think?
As long as he stays injury free, and as long as Son stays injury free, Harry Kane.
Ooh,
I reckon it'll be him quite easily. He's on pens as well, which
true.
I think helps. With Salah as well, he gets a lot of pens, so it might just come down to who gets more pens. But
probably Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno,
he's up there. Bruno's a shout. He's up there,
Sniffing
but you know what? No, it will be Kane for me.
Okay, fair enough. Daniel, who's your top scorer?
I've gone for Vardy.
Sorry, Dan, your potato was interrupting there. Okay.
Vardy.
Joe Vardy. Sorry, yeah. Okay.
I thought you said Cavani.
Yes, so did I. That's why I said the potato. Tarzan, top scorer. Yeah.
I wouldn't give Shavez that pleasure of giving Cavani. No, Vardy.
Would it be a bad shot?
Again, you said penalties. I think he's second with 11 goals.
Yeah, no, he is. I've seen that. I've checked the table.
He's up there anyway. And as I said, Leicester tend to score quite a few goals as well, and he seems to be the focal point of their attack. And he's always, as you said, with Salah, he's always been up there with Salah and Kane over the last 3, 4, or 5 years. So I think that's a fair shout.
Fair enough, yeah. Cavani. Okay, I genuinely thought you said Cavani. Sorry, that's why I was like, "Were you filming on your potato?" Like what?
We would win the league if Cavani got top scorer from this point.
Yeah. Well, Milam, who to finish off the top scorer? Who do you think, buddy? Don't say Werner.
Before, actually both of them. No, before the season, before the season, I would have probably, I would have definitely said he's up there, but he ain't got the best of starts, has he? So I think from now, I think Kane. Definitely. I think Son will be close behind because whenever Kane scores, Son always scores in the same game. If not, definitely assists him or vice versa. So I think Kane. Like, I'm trying to think who else will come a close second, but I think him being on pens, as you boys said, like him scoring in open play as it is, he's so clinical. As well as any penalties they get, he always converts well, doesn't he? He does, yeah. He's not as bad as Bruno, but but, you know, I reckon he'll get it personally.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. But as you said, like, Son could be a close second due to that partnership as well.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, fair enough. Yeah, each to their own for the top scorer. Moving on to the top assists of the Premier League, I'm going to go for the trustworthy because I think he's always going to be quality. De Bruyne. Yeah. Shavez is looking at me with a little bit of a dodgy kind of like, I bet you're about to say Bruno. But
deleted.
But for me, De Bruyne, whenever I see him in action for Sea, do you know what? I love his football. Every time he's in space, every time he's just an option just to like make a run through. He's there. He just plays a perfect ball through each time as well. And he's just a quality player. And every time he's on the free kicks as well, he's always putting a perfect ball in there. It's a shame sometimes it doesn't get on the end of it, but every single ball he puts in there is just amazing. So for me, and I think he's top assister at the moment. So I think he'll win it, in my opinion. I think he'll get the most assists in the season. Amir, who do you think?
I went for the same, Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
I know he's been a bit off form. Not off form, but he's not been to the level we all know from last season. But I also think he's going to pick it up with this City team. City team did start a bit unstable, but I think it'll be De Bruyne. I think Kane's top assister now, isn't he? I don't know how long that partnership
I think De Bruyne was
sustainable,
top at the moment.
Is it De Bruyne?
But Kane and Son are up there, aren't they? It's what we were saying about their partnership.
That's exactly. Yeah, they're up there, but I don't think he's top at the moment.
They're up there, but I don't think he'll be. I think De Bruyne.
No, Kane is top. Kane is top by 3. Kane has 11. De Bruyne has 8.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
Must have.
Anyway. End of season match. So yeah, I think De Bruyne can pick a pass anywhere. Vision's crazy.
Exactly. Yeah.
100% will be De Bruyne.
De Bruyne. Yeah. Okay. Shavez, who do you think?
Yeah, the most talented player in the league since Eden Hazard left, Kevin De Bruyne.
Okay.
Why are you looking like that?
No, I thought you were about to say. I thought you were about to say Bruno. Relax.
Same.
I thought so.
Bruno, everything.
Do you know what? Even when Hazard was in the league, I used to say this guy's the most talented player in the league. But yeah, it will be him. He's incredible. You run out of words for a player. But yeah,
he is so good, isn't it? His vision, as you said, Amir, quality player. Daniel.
De Bruyne as well. The only thing I don't think anyone has said, you mentioned his vision, but it's not even picking the pass. It's he knows what pass he's going to play before he's even got the ball.
Yeah,
it's the ability to have that as a player is what makes him above anyone else.
Yeah,
I think like as you mentioned with Kane or whoever, he knows where Son's going to be, so it's the same pass out wide every time.
Yeah.
Whereas the way City overlap, like he already knows the pass. He's already looking up and playing the pass in his head before the ball's at his feet, and that's a top quality to have.
That's exactly it. Yeah, no, completely agree. That's 4 votes. But I guess we all completely agree. Unless Nick has Havertz as his option. No, Jagger, who do you have there as your top assister?
Again, at the start of the season, you would say someone like Havertz would be up there, but they just both ain't got the start we'd want.
Yeah.
But no, definitely De Bruyne.
Yeah.
He's just unbelievable. His vision, as Dan said, knowing where he's passing it. It's like he's 10 minutes ahead of all the others on the pitch. I think assist-wise, Kane and Son will both be up there. Because it's that combo, in it. It's a bit like Ian Wright and Anelka.
It's like
back in the Arsenal days. No, it's like their combo. It's like Lampard, Drogba days. You know, they just know where. Yeah, they just know where each other's are.
Chill out.
Well, no, it's not bigging up all Arsenals, but in a roundabout way, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
De Bruyne without a doubt, but Son and Kane will be close.
Yeah, no, completely agree. I think we're all pretty pretty set on De Bruyne winning there. But I've got a quick question for all of you then. If we all have our eyes set on De Bruyne winning the top assists for the league. Let's say, for example, De Bruyne, he didn't go to City, and let's say, for example, he moves to like the Chelsea team, the Arsenal team, the Liverpool team. Do you reckon he'll be able to do what he does now in the City team in any other team?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I personally think he would. I think he'll just change that
He's
team.
that good, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what makes him a player he is. He's got that ability to, whereas I don't like him, but Dele Alli for Spurs, for example, when he was in that team and everyone was going, oh, Dele Alli this and that, you take him out of that Spurs team and away from Kane and put him in somewhere like Newcastle's team or Burnley's team, or he's not getting those assists, whereas, as we've all said, De Bruyne's vision and ability as a player, you drop him in and he's finding Andy Carroll 9 times out of 10. Like, he's got that ability and that football knowledge.
That's exactly it.
To counter that, say if he does go to a team that doesn't have a striker as world class like Aguero, maybe the conversion rate might not be as high. Maybe he doesn't get the assist.
That's
remember Ozil with Giroud as well. Do you remember in one of them seasons, Giroud missed like how many chances, how many assists Ozil could have got? So he could.
Yeah.
Been on the team. Look, David Silva in that team is crazy. Do you know?
But other than that, do you reckon he'll still be able to recreate what he does in the City team with any other team, Amir?
100%. He would be able to, but I don't know if it's to the same extent as this City team.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I personally think that with De Bruyne, he's got the ability to adapt to any team, isn't he?
Yeah, he does.
He's got that. He's technically gifted as a footballer. So I think that the thing is, I'm actually gutted as a Chelsea fan because we both had him and Salah. We both had him and Salah in our team at one stage. But
Lukaku,
as I've said previously, it's the Mourinho days, and they both weren't getting in the trio with Matt Orosky and Hazard playing. So it's unfortunate. Yeah. But they both just went their separate ways and developed at Wolfsburg and Roma each. Exactly. I think any team they're coming back to after that. That's why City had an eye for buying De Bruyne because they saw what talent he could create. But yeah, 100% he could do it anywhere else.
Yeah, but we're all pretty set on he can practically do it anywhere. But okay, moving on. We'll start with the PFA Young Player of the Year. I'll start. I've gone for my boy, Saka. Okay, I don't know if any of you lot agree. I think Nick's looking at me like, who are you speaking to? Do you know what I mean? But I'm still going to stick with him because from the start of this season, since he started on that right or left wing, he has been quality. He's been that game changer. He has been that man on the right who's just simply just attacks and creates those like levels of just whenever someone makes that ball and he's just running, that he's an option. Do you know what I mean? Like someone will cross it in and then you get the likes of like Aubameyang who's just like slagging a little bit behind, but he's there. Here, for example, I remember, I don't know who it was against, but I think it was Newcastle, but it was in the league. I think he just turned the defender and then just sprinted a goal and then shot him. But there you go, he scored. And this season so far, the link up between him, Emil Smith-Rowe, like he's fitting so well into that Arsenal team. So for me, I reckon he'll win that PFA Young Player of the Year. So Shavez, who do you think? Don't say Greenwood.
So I've gone with the one player who's actually an MBE in the league, Marcus Rashford. He counts. And the year he's had, I think he'll win. He's actually, it's one of those where he should actually be emphatically ahead. Like all 5 of us should be saying Rashford, but he misses so many chances, and he gets so many chances as well. So but he misses so many chances. He could have he could be top scorer right now but even without that,
he's not.
He's pretty much nearly all done to win
because he's missed him.
Because he's shit. No, joking. He's not shit. But
if he had to finish his game, I would agree with you.
I just cut out for all of that, but it's probably for the best. But yeah, I think he'll get more goals and he'll finish more chances and he'll win. If we come second, Rashford will win it, I reckon.
Well, if you say second, but then if City come first, Phil Foden might win it. If that's how you're going with it.
Yeah. Well,
if that's your logic,
he doesn't play enough. No, Foden doesn't play enough.
Okay, fair
if
enough.
Foden played every game for City, he'd win it, but he won't.
Okay, Daniel Brands, who do you think? Who do you reckon to be the PFA Young Player?
You're going to be pleased with the
Glenn Murray. No, Jake.
Pedro.
Ciao, Pedro. Yeah.
Huh? If we're in the Premier League, I would have put Pedro, but no, I've gone for Saka.
There we go. See, a man of culture.
Right, Shavez, the only reason
how
why
much have you paid him, Al?
How much have you paid him, Al? What? Let me guess yours, Havertz. Do you know what I mean?
It's giving me the money later. No. I've gone with Saka mainly because obviously I agree with Shavez. Rashford is up there with the best, but he just needs to add the finishing side to his game. But I'm 99% sure that Saka's one of the youngest players in the league at the minute, and it tends to go not like based on performances, but also the younger you are, because obviously it is through the English players, they tend to give it to the younger English players to give them that boost of confidence. Like, if that makes some sort of, I know it's through the players, but I feel like they try and like.
Yeah, it's typical. They do end up. Yeah. It's very biased.
Yeah, that's why I've gone for Saka. Obviously, they're both quality players within Rashford and Saka, but I feel like for his like main breakout season, I feel like, and that reason as well. Rashford's obviously been here for a few years, but Saka's breakout season.
Yeah, he's been quality for us.
That's what I think will get it.
That's fair enough. Nick, Marlon, who do you think? Do you reckon it'll be Mason Mount? Mason.
Yeah. No, I actually think that as we were saying in the last video about Foden, I think it's going to be Phil Foden, because I think that, as me and Nick was saying before, he's City's best player behind De Bruyne, 100%. I think, technically gifted wise and potential wise, I think that he's got the potential to be, up there with the greats.
Yeah.
He's here, there, everywhere, and he's like a Kante, but going forward. If you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Kante's here, there, and everywhere defensively, but Foden's here, there, and everywhere attackingly. Would some like this player we haven't mentioned? Will he not be? What's it called? I'm trying to think of the word. I can't even talk. Will he not be eligible for? Cut that bit out. Fuck right up.
It's all right. Carry on, Karen. You're doing good.
Eligible, yeah. Why? Who is it?
Hold on.
Okay, Amir, go on. You say your.
Let him finish.
I was gonna say, right, cut that bit out, because I literally.
I don't know about
that. Keep it in.
My head was focused on something else.
Keep the bloopers.
No, I wasn't gonna say Havertz. Would Grealish not be?
No, he doesn't count.
I don't think he
counts. I was going to say he wouldn't count. He's too old, isn't he? I'd say if Grealish was young enough, he'd be. I definitely reckon Grealish should win it with how people are raving about him. But I'm going for Foden with just how he's played as a player for City consistently in Pep's team, contributing to a lot of chances and most of their goals. Foden for me.
Fair enough. Amir, who do you think?
I've gone with a bit of an outside. Cool. I don't know if you guys will laugh or not, but I've gone for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I don't know.
Got the best odds right now.
Yeah, it's a show.
Goal scorer, doing well with the goals.
How old is he?
I don't know.
Old enough to win it. I don't know how old he is, but he is in that criteria.
Especially with under Ancelotti, he's been amazing. Yeah. Goal scorer, poacher. I think if Everton were to get top 4 or Europa League, which does look likely, I think he'll definitely be able to shout to get it. If he carries on scoring as well, why not?
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, completely. Right. Each to their own. Okay, well, moving on to the PFA overall player of the year. Now, do you know what? I was having a little bit of a discussion with myself, just tied between two players, but I'm going to go with this one because I think he, as you say, he's had a proper good season. Son.
No.
Son.
Bruno.
Butthurt Bruno.
Son, right. Shavez, why are you butthurt for? Why? Do you want to put Bruno Fernandes?
No, I'm not butthurt.
He's going to say Bruno.
For both of them.
Yeah, okay. Well, let me explain why I've gone with Son. Son, as I say, like this season, he's been, and a little bit of last season, he has been quality. I'll tell you what, if he could come to Arsenal, I'd take him with a heartbeat. He's absolutely quality. And I hate Tottenham, but he is outstanding. You can't just say, oh, he's bad because he plays for Tottenham. No, he is amazing. I like his attacking attribute. Like when he played against us, yes, Bellerin is at fault there because he is a mong for letting him run at him. But when Son was running down that left wing and just Bellingham was backing off, and then he just had a little time cut in, right foot straight top corner. Do you know what? You got to just clap it because he's a quality player. But yeah, for me, I reckon if he continues the form that he does throughout this next part of the season, 100%, I reckon there's no doubt why he can't win it. So I reckon for me, PFA Player of the Year, Son. Shavez, who do you think?
Well, it's going to come to you as no shock. I think they'll just pick it off of goals and assists combined. Bruno will top that for me.
Yeah.
And they're just straight up carrying our team. I know you're going to... I don't know why it isn't a surprise. Like, it should be Bruno, shouldn't it?
Oh my God.
It wouldn't be shocked to anyone. Why is that annoying you? It shouldn't annoy you.
It's not annoying me, but it's just deluded. All right, Bruno's a fucking good player, but Son is clear of it.
Why would it be?
Let him say his point.
All right, yeah, go on.
He will be the sole reason we come second or first if we do, and he will literally. Nick, I'm telling you now, he's going to have the most goals and assists combined in the league out of everyone. Like, it will happen.
Wait,
well, I know you said
Nick is Havertz better than Bruno?
Potential wise, yeah.
No, but right now.
Pogba's potential to be the greatest midfielder of all time, but he hasn't fulfilled that,
Bruno's... he's waffling too much. I can't get a word in edgeways. Right now, of course, Bruno's on the better form, but the reason why we signed Havertz is because we saw so much potential in him from Leverkusen. Potential-wise, Havertz, but yeah, no, Bruno's on the better form at the moment. But I think if I just say my prediction now, I think I'll go with you on Son definitely as well, because I just think as you say, like, you're Arsenal and they're your arch enemies, but you can't put it down to that. Like, no matter what it's down to, just got to go with how, as a general football fan, you are, what you see, and how they are as a player. It doesn't matter if they play for Spurs, as you said. That's what you see, and you see, like, week in, week out, how he is as a player. His contributions to every goal. I mean, as I was saying, him and Kane together, whatever goal they get, they're involved at some point in the build-up. Unless they ain't playing, do you know what I mean? So, 100%. If he gets injured or Kane gets injured, they're fucked, because they come as a pair, don't they? Sort of thing. But no, Shavez, I think Bruno will be up there definitely. Quality player. I think there's another one for you that you need to keep.
It's silly.
It's hard for him to admit that. It's very hard for him to admit that.
No. No, it's not that I hate him. All right, he has got a very weaselly face. Right, he has got a punchable little weasel rat face. But
you can admit he's well tough.
No, but he's hold on, Dan. But he's annoyingly good, which is true. Like, all right, he is good, and that's another player you got to keep match fit for you, because, as you said, he will be the difference between you and being the top 4, 2, whatever you said. So, but overall, it's on, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Very quickly before you go, Dan, Amir, who do you think?
I'm actually going to go with Shavez on this one. I went Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
And you're going to look at me like...
heartbroken. He's like, my fellow Chelsea fan.
He feels like
I ain't, because I do see where Amir's coming from.
We don't see where Shavez is coming from.
No, I do. After my prediction, I just wanted to revert back to agreeing with Shavez that I do know he is a quality player. Like, you can't take it away.
Okay, fair enough. So, Amir, why Bruno then?
Since Bruno's coming in January, he's changed that United team. He's been class. I agree with Shavez. He is world class. The goal contributions. How many player of the month has he won? I saw that picture. About 50 of them already.
Cool, Shavez, have you got a recording of this or something? Keep going. Yeah, no.
Go on.
The goal contributions. He should be captain of United. Like, the passion, everything. He's changed that United team himself. I think PFA is a single player. Maybe Son might not have the impact without Kane. So I look at it like that as well.
True. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, no, good point. Dan, to end it, who do you have? Don't say like Cavani or fucking like João Pedro.
Yeah.
It'll be a Leicester player.
Yeah. It'll be Schmeichel.
Titus Bramble comes out of retirement.
Titus Bramble.
No. I'm just quickly. I'm going to ask Nick my question. If Havertz was on Bruno's form, would you be saying he's world class?
Would I be? Well,
yeah, because
yeah,
What?
because what kind of questions
Why
that?
are we thinking if buts and maybes? Like, I don't
If
get
you were
it. Why
sitting
are we
there going,
talking?
no,
Stop talking about Havertz. We're talking
Why
about the
is
players
Havertz-
that Havertz should not be
because he was
playing.
like,
We shouldn't be talking about it.
Bruno's not world class. So I was
No,
like,
I didn't say it.
on a ball.
He's just reluctant to say Bruno's world class. That's what it is.
I
He just doesn't
didn't
want to say
know.
it.
As I said, no, I didn't say that he weren't world class. I agreed that he was world class,
He's
but
not a good run of form. You said he's on a good run of form.
I was just saying he's on a good run of form. He is world class. Yeah, I'm admitting that now,
Thank
but I'm
you.
just saying at the time, I said no. It's truth though. Like I said, I see where Shavez is coming from, but I think Son will win it. Like that's my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, Dan, what's your opinion?
And who's yours? You didn't even say yours.
Dan, that is a no-brainer though, Dan.
To go completely against it, I've gone for De Bruyne.
Yeah. Thank you.
Mainly because, as we said with City winning the league, it usually does go to the team that wins the league. And De Bruyne, as you said with Fernandes, will go be goals and assists. De Bruyne tends to carry that City team if they win the league. Instead, it goes to the person or the team that wins the league. And that I reckon that'll be City. So I've gone for De Bruyne.
With that City point,
I don't think anyone's disagreeing with that, Dan. You sort of said that as if you were going to
Yeah,
say fucking
Sergio
Romero.
No one else said him.
No,
with that
but
Man City
no one else had said him, so I was just saying my piece.
yeah.
I think we're all good shouts.
What were you going to say, Amir? Sorry?
with that Man City point, you could even go Ruben Diaz because he's changed the centre.
Yeah,
like he's changed the defence as well. You can go anyone in that team if they do.
Same as Alisson and Van Dijk were in the shouts last year with Liverpool.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, that's exactly it. Like when I remember watching a old footage of I think it was the 2017-18 season when City played Liverpool. Even Pep was saying, we need to improve that defence because going forward, the quality, but that defence just wasn't good enough. And as you say, now Ruben Diaz has came to that squad. That leader has come into that squad. He's just been busting it about.
Yeah,
and
Diaz is brilliant.
Yeah, he's quality for him. So fair enough.
I've always rated Diaz, even when he was at Benfica.
Even when he was charged, me and his dad, we get along. What's that? Yeah.
What?
You're talking as if you know him back in Benfica, as if you were his partner in the academy or something.
Yeah, what? No. But I'm saying in general, when you see clips of him playing for him, I think you could. That's why City signed him though, because it's like you could always tell he's going to be a prospect.
Yeah.
And it's proved. He comes straight into the team. He's walked into the team, and he's fucking solid player, isn't he? Brilliant.
Yeah.
Like look at how he played when they played United in the cup. Unbelievable.
Quality,
He was like a Terry in his prime, blood, sweat, and tears on the line. So
fair enough. Yeah. Right. Each to their own. Right. To end off for all these predictions. Oh, fucking hell! Sorry. What we're going to end on is our players to watch for this year. So who we think will be like a key kind of like outstanding player who will be like maybe contenders for next year's Player of the Year, maybe. I'm going to start, and I know all of you are like, Croatian. And I'm going to go. I can see Milam's eyes going a little bit smaller as I get towards it.
We're all going to go with our own players here anyway, so it doesn't matter.
So I'm going to start.
I
Kieran Tierney. Okay, right. Okay, let me say my piece, okay? There's no need to say my piece. Fuck you all. Look, he is quality. He is so much better than Chilwell. He is so
clear of him.
Good. He is so good.
No, don't do this argument.
I know, but I'm just saying, Tierney, look, ever since he came back from that injury at the start of the season, I know it's taken him a little bit of time, but he has been quality for us ever since he started getting back into the team. And we even sold Kolasinac back to fucking Schalke to make room for him, because we don't really need a alternative left back, because he is our main guy. I think he should be captain in my opinion, but maybe not yet because he's just obviously joined the club. So maybe give it another year before he becomes captain, because it's a bit too early and it's a bit unfair. But he is captain material. Every time you see him play, the passion in that boy is amazing. Everything about him, his attacking, his defending, is like everything is just quality. I think in the years to come, he'll be so good. He'll be probably the best left back in the league. So for me, like players to watch, as I say, Kieran Tierney. Shavez,
I don't think you'll be any good, boys. Do you?
I agree with him. I'm not going to go Kieran Tierney. I'm not an Arsenal fan, but at the end of the day, okay, I'll go with mine. We're all going to go with our own players because we're optimistic football fans. But Yeah, I'm gonna go Eric Bailly just because if he stays not injured for the whole season, if he plays a whole season without injury, he's up there. I'm not
Yeah,
going to
he's
say
good.
something
He is good.
ludicrous,
Chavez,
but
sorry to butt in, but Al said players to watch and who would maybe win the Player of the Year. When would you see
Think
Eric
he'd win.
Bailly lifting the thing
do
up?
you know what?
Like, what's this?
Just straight up out of like technical quality, Eric Bailly is probably the second best defender in the league for me, just off of attributes. But that doesn't mean he is the second best
Second best in
centre-back
the
in the league.
league.
Behind
What?
Van Dijk.
Behind
No,
Van
but
Dijk.
not based on performance. Not based on performance, just based on what he's capable of doing. Like, for example, you say Havertz has a ceiling. I know I hate the word ceiling, but for player to watch, you have to have a ceiling. Like, he's unbelievable. He has there isn't one like thing that is bad about him. If he stays,
Yeah, but come on,
obviously, if he stays
not
fit.
second best though. I'd say
Ruben.
probably.
Why?
I'd say
What
100%
name
Ruben.
one bad thing
Ruben
about Bailly?
Diaz. What?
His injuries.
Injury.
Injury prone?
His injury, yeah.
That's why I don't
That's
think
what I'm saying. Take that out. Without that, then yeah, I think he is. He's stronger.
got a
than
mistake
Ruben
in it
Diaz.
though,
Do you know
hasn't he?
what?
Quicker than
Each to
Ruben
their
Diaz.
own. Look, he said
He's
Eric
stronger, he's
Bailly.
quicker.
I know
Shambolic.
Milan's probably going to say Kepa, but each to their own. Milan, who's your young player to watch? Yeah, look at me like that. Look, who's your
It's
player
not-
to watch?
It's not young player, it's
No,
player.
no, overall, yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry, yeah, player overall to watch.
I'm going to say Hakim Ziyech. I think that obviously he's joined us and he's picked up a few knocks here and there, but I think on his day, prime Ziyech is unbelievable. Everyone calls his left foot a wand, and it's for a reason. I think that some of the chances he creates, you look at the balls he puts into the box, the spreader play, going forward, I think he's unbelievable. I think winning Player of the Year, like you were saying, players that are players to watch as well as maybe contending for Player of the Year next season.
Yeah.
I think Ziyech is one of them if he gets a good couple of seasons in with us. I think eventually when he reaches his prime with us, I think he's definitely going to be up there. But I know. I mean, you may laugh at this now.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. I'm
That's
not
a good
saying about
shout.
Ziyech. Yeah, no, Ziyech. 100%.
I love Ziyech.
I'm gonna say him. Yeah, he's unbelievable player. But I was going to say someone to the side of this player. You may laugh at the moment, but I think players like Havertz and Werner, all right, they're not on the form we all want them to be at the moment. But I think potential wise, and when they're in their prime peak of form,
They settle down.
I think they're players to watch as well. I mean, everyone was raving about the signings, but no, it's true. When it's gelling as a team, when we gel as a team, I think we'll fly. I think going forward, so much chances created and so many goals scored. I think it'll be deadly.
Eventually, yeah. Hopefully, it does turn out because I do want to see a strong Chelsea again because it creates a lot of competition. But
that's why we brought him in.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
But Ziyech.
Yeah, Ziyech for Nick. Fair enough. Amir, who do you think? Who do you reckon will be the player to watch?
I've gone along similar lines to Nick. I've gone for Timo Werner.
Fair enough.
Form's not doing great now, but I hope in a year's time he would have adapted to the Premier League. We found a system that works for him.
Yeah,
he was one of the most sought after strikers last season.
Exactly.
I know the form's dip, hasn't had a preseason. I know everyone hasn't, but the new signings, it's difficult to adapt. But second top goal scorer behind Lewandowski last season.
Yeah, no,
he's class on his day. He's got to be him.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, completely agree. Fair enough. Dan, to wrap it up, who's your player to watch?
I wouldn't say it's a player to watch because everyone's got his eye on him, but mainly because I don't think he'll win it this year. Son, I've gone for Son. Just as you mentioned with Havertz and whatever, with picking up his form, I think if Son carries on his form, maybe becomes a little bit more selfish and scores a few more goals instead of trying to get the assists as a winger that he is under Mourinho's systems. If he turns those assists into goals or turns the misses into goals, I reckon he'll be, I know everyone's watching him already, but a really strong contender for the Player of the Year. Also, just another thing, I'm surprised that your player to watch, if you were doing a young one, Billy Gilmore.
Gilmore, no. Can I just mention as well on top of that? Yeah, that is a shout because obviously besides Ziyech, besides Ziyech, Gilmore.
Started him off now.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not going to ramble because of the watch whatever Al wants to do.
No, I'm joking, mate. Do you, mate?
As I mentioned, Ziyech is my main player. I'd say Gilmore as a young up and coming player. he's unbelievable. That is a shout. That is a player to watch because
He's like
on
that.
form.
He's like another Kante a little bit, isn't he? He's that stamina
He's
to
like
just.
another Dante.
Yeah.
He's like a Claude Makelele or Prime Vieira or whatever you want. No, it's like
I wouldn't go that far.
no,
And Watson,
Prime Vieira, you're telling me?
no, all right, no.
Different gravy, that man.
They're like a Fabregas. He's short as well.
I wouldn't even go as far as Fabregas. I wouldn't even go as far as Fabregas. Relax.
Don't say about it and then try and degrade it. Just saying, like.
Yeah, no, I agree with it, but like these are the greats.
Yeah,
they played for Arsenal.
Right, not now. Yeah, shit team.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, okay.
I'm saying not now, but potential-wise, Gilmore is one to watch. Dan's right because in the middle, his runner play passes. Players play off of him.
Yeah.
So I think he's a big part in the middle of the park.
Yeah, he's
so
always
that is another player to watch. Gilmore, 100%.
Yeah, no, yeah, fair enough. Everyone's got a pretty decent player to watch. But that wraps it up for our predictions for this year. Hopefully you've enjoyed. But I think we'll be carrying on. So I think we'll be coming up to Monday soon. So we'll be moving on to our match week 18 fixtures. So join us on Monday where we'll be covering those fixtures. So for that moment, take care.